Good morning. What's up, guys? Good evening, good night. Ah, man, how are we doing? All right, let's get started. It's a weird thing, guys, because everyone's rushing to these OG projects and being like, oh, well, this must be the first of this thing, or this must be the first of that thing. And turns out they're not the first. There's more that came before it. Insane. A bit of KSI, which we pretty much covered already. A couple of tweets that I made that I really wanted to quickly cover is this tweet that might not make much sense, but I'll tell you what I was talking about. So this graph here is the graph that you get when you jump into, say, the activity. So this is Mooncats, right? Mooncats are gone off because Logan Paul went and bought a mooncat for $500,000. He went and bought a mooncat for $500,000, and since then these have been going crazy. The floor is like what, 1.2 Ethereum, and there is, so like 3 weeks ago, guys, or maybe a month ago, before I was doing these live streams, I actually bought a ton of mooncats, and my reasoning was that, hey, yes, it's an OG project, it's somewhat cool to collect. There's a difference, right? So there's this bunch of mooncats that were like this collectible cat project, and I think this may be, so far as I know, the first cat project on Ethereum. This predates CryptoKitties, and also predates this other cat project, Cool Cats, I think it is. Not the Cool Cats that we know with the blue Cool Cats, but there's another cat project. But these, I believe, are one of the first, if not the first, cat project on the NFT space, and people love to collect cats, right? Now, rescue year, really important, that in 2017, when they first launched 1,600 of them were rescued, and rescued basically, I think, meant that people could have gone and bought them from the site or minted them. Now, they were forgotten about. So you can see in 2018 only 459 were minted. In 2019 only 55 were minted. In 2020 no one even knew about mooncats, so only 2 were minted in 2020. Then in 2021 everyone figured it out and then ran off and bought the rest of 13,600 mooncats. Now, 2017 ones have definitely gone on to become valuable. So if I click 2017 and I search, if I go price low to high, you can see the cheapest one is about 6 ETH for a 2017 one, right? But the scarcity is interesting, because does that mean that 2018 are also valuable because there's only 459 of them? Somewhat. They're definitely more valuable than the floor. 2019, there's only 55 of these. Does that make them valuable? Even though the year is later than 2017, it's still there's only 55 of them. So yeah, you can see that the cheapest one is 35. Here we got 2020. There's only 2 of them available at 2020. One of them priced at 250 ETH. It's crazy. Like, if you just minted them in 2020, then it would have been extremely rare. So these are the only 2 mints in 2020. But we take this out. And let's go to highest last sale, and I think this one was the one that Logan Paul bought for 160 ETH, and we know that 888 owns a few of these, but this bad boy was bought for 160 ETH by Logan Paul Logs. You know what the interesting thing is? The interesting thing is that he bought a Charizard picture for 0.78, or he's selling it for 0.78. Logan Paul's wallet, we all keep an eye on what he's buying, because it gives you an indication of what he's going to tweet. But he's bought a bunch of CURIO cards. He's got, what the hell are these? Bold punks, base punks. He bought a bunch of base punks. But he's got a buying spree, just buying like a bunch of stuff. Picasso penguins. It looks like it's just a Photoshop render. All right, now I brought this up again to quickly go through my tweet very quickly. You can kind of see a bunch of different graphs. So we got CURIO cards, we got Mooncats, then I also put CryptoPunks, and all of these graphs seem to have some similarities, that at the same time, so you can see I took a snapshot here with the red, that at the same time, the interest that came in, whether it be through CryptoPunks or the industry as a whole, trickled over to everything else. So this is the CryptoPunks one. And you can see that when the interest came in here, people still went in and bought the a bunch of different stuff, right? So it's interesting because it tells you that there's longevity. As long as, if you believe in CryptoPunks, then looking at this, it makes me bullish on believing in the other OG projects, because it shows me that people are coming and distributing their wealth across the other historic projects that they're finding. These are some of them, and you know, there's absolutely a correlation going on. Now, CryptoPunks, it's harder to, you know, you have a CryptoPunk at $300,000, to 2x your money on that to $600,000 is much harder as a floor item, just because there's so much more money that's required to come in and do that, than it is to do that on, say, a CURIO card that's worth like 1.7 ETH right now. It's easier for the CURIO card floor to go from 1.7 to 3.4 than it is for the Punk floor to go from 150 to 300, because it just requires way more money to do that, right? But this graph makes it clear that there's a correlation. Now, what is this graph? Really quickly, again, let's just take the Mooncat one for example. I got it from over here, and basically it shows you the graph of the project over its lifetime. So you can see here, I'm not sure if you guys can see clearly, but numbers of sales. So you can see every day there's 8 sales, 22 sales happening, and the average price is the line graph, right? So that's why sometimes you can see a massive peak. That's because maybe on that day there was a Mooncat that was bought for a big price. And then these bars that you can see is volume. So that's a number of people coming and purchasing them. So 97 transactions. Oh no, 177. So number of sales, 177 sales happen on this day. And that's this little bar that you can see. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. 177 sales happen on that day. And previous to that, you can see the small spikes of bars, this bar. I'm not looking at the peak. I'm looking at that little bar over here. And this is 18 sales, right? And then again, this is 177 sales. And I can also see like the time in between these is about 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks here, then another 2 weeks here. So every like 10 days to 2 weeks, they seem to catch on and they blast. But you can see here 67 sales, 177, and then here, somewhere here, they went crazy, 600 sales, 593 sales. Around here is when I got in. I think I purchased here at about 0.6 ETH floor or 0.3 ETH floor, I can't remember. And then another 2 weeks later, boom, we see another one, another peak. So this time we see a bar of 997 sales, and with each wave comes a larger average price. You can see the line slowly going up, right? You see a line spiking up during the volume increase. So while a bunch of people are coming to buy it, the average price goes up. Average price falls a bit as people get bored and start to sell, as there's not many sellers to sell to. And then boom, it happens again. So like this trend of how the space or certain projects are growing is quite interesting, especially the OG projects. I'm so bullish on them just because of these trends, and people want to collect. Like true collectors are coming to this space. Now, that's what I kind of lined up here, right? I noticed that the graphs are all the same. So like this part here, this whole part here was similar, or if not the same, from Mooncats to CURIO cards to CryptoPunks. There was this sort of similar sort of timeline where this sort of thing is happening. Now, I'm not sure if it's because CryptoPunks go on to make headlines and everyone rushes down and finds everything else, but there is some sort of correlation, right? Crazy. I think this sort of data and future data is what gives us good information to buy and make money with NFTs. Because once you know this stuff is happening, you can make better predictions on what's to come in the future. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Love you guys so much for coming and spending my mornings, making my mornings better. Again, every single day, we got 4 more episodes to go for this week. It is just the Monday here in my Melbourne. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Who knows what the hell is going to happen in the NFT industry, but join me every single day at the same time. We'll go through a bunch of stuff. So have a good day, have a good night, enjoy yourself, make some money, make some art, sell some stuff, experiment, and just, you know, enjoy yourself. And I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. EST, my 9 a.m. Melbourne. Take care.